Okay. What's up and welcome, all of our dear listeners, however many of you there are. We should start doing I've had it and just be like listener, that one listener.
Hey, listener. We're back
Hey,
at
listener.
7. We're back to 7 listeners. We're back up. We were like at 4.
Word.
And
Must
I
have been
said
2
last
people
week
on
we were,
vacation.
yeah, I'm sure the other 5 are probably gonna be on vacation this week, and they're like, sorry, we'll catch up next time. I'm also
Well,
super behind on posting episodes too.
yeah, I listened to our first episode from last week while I was at work today, and man, we're fucking funny. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I said
Funny.
that was
We're
like
funny
last week.
bitches.
I was like, I didn't even bother really like editing the second part because I was like, it was 44 minutes, and I was like, fucking perfect. Like, I don't have to
Let's
fuck with
go.
anything. I was like, I'm not trying to put like an intro on the next one. The next one's like an hour and like 1 minute. I'm like, you know what? I accept it for who it is. We're just gonna let it roll. If you guys tune in, this is Manifested Drama. You know us because you're one of the 7 that listens on the reg. That's Amie. I'm Missy.
Hello.
We are 2 random ass 40-year-olds that what is it called? Not fantasize ourselves. What is it?
We
Like
live
where we think
vicariously.
no,
Where
it's
we
like
what?
we think like that. I don't even fucking know the word that I'm trying to think. Not fantasize, but or like we have delusions of grandeur that we're actually professional podcasters, and we can't even speak English clearly.
That's true.
That's what's happening. So
Well,
we're gonna,
I don't call them delusions. I call them manifestations.
okay, there we go. We're gonna manifest. Let's manifest 8 listeners for this week instead of 7.
Let's
How about that?
manifest 8 listeners and 1,000 followers for me. I'm like at 620 or something.
I'm not having any luck
So
growing on TikTok at all, but I haven't been posting. Like I cannot get over like I can't even get to like 3,800 at this point. I'm so discouraged, but I'm
my
also
heart
not
bleeds for
trying.
you.
Yeah. We just want you to get to 1,000 so that way.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
so we
I'm
can
not
go
bragging,
live
but
on TikTok.
I signed up for this program on Facebook where I can earn like money for like what I post. So I'm like some of them I'm like, that's right. I'm getting 10 cents for that one. I'm fucking balling. I'm a legit.
Hey,
I'm gonna
man.
make $1.82 off of Facebook this month in your face.
I got a retirement plan. I'm doing surveys at home in my free time. Sometimes I make 30 or 40 cents in an evening. I'm doing those
I'm
Facebook
so
posts for
over
10 cents each. I mean,
those lists.
mm-hmm.
Those bullshit ass lists of here's how you earn money on the internet, and it's like play a fucking solitaire game that will maybe you have to pay in to like not make any money and then do surveys at home, and you're like, do I really want to spend 45 minutes to make 32 cents? I don't
Or how about this
qualify.
one? The like get $750 to spend at Shein. You just have to meet these, like you have to like sign up for like a credit card or like play a game or like, I mean, it's ridiculous. And then as soon as you do all that, there's like 3 more things that you have to do. And it's just like at some point I'm just like, ugh, now they've got my email, they've got my phone number, they're gonna be
Temu does the
calling
same
me.
thing. I have
Temu does the same thing.
I am down the rabbit hole of feeding the fish on Temu to try to get free shit.
Oh no.
But so I started
Just order it. It's cheap. Just order it.
No, I'd rather take 3 months to try to get something super cheap. Okay.
I want to know that I earned it.
Yeah. Well, so
at least
like
you've got scruples.
I've gotten like 4 free things off of Temu. One was like a whisk thing that I thought it was like had a button that you held down and it was like an automatic whisk. No, you have to like push it down like almost like a potato masher.
Oh, is it like the ones where you have to like push like this and the bottom spins? Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like it. And then I ordered this. It's like it was supposed to be to go outside, but it was like a star with like lights coming off of it. And the picture on Temu shows it outside. No, that motherfucker is like a USB plug-in, like you plug in your phone. I was like, well, clearly that's like an inside thing. And then I got like a thing of hooks to go, like I wanted to go on my cabinets because you can pick like the random shit. Like right now, I'm trying to get Kevin like a Happy Gilmore fucking hockey sweater. No,
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
not Happy Gilmore. Bobby, no, who is it for? Happy Gilmore. Yeah.
It's
Um,
Happy Gilmore.
it is Happy Gilmore. But like I've been like you have to basically feed these fish and it cuts down like the pennies, like the dollar that you are or whatever. I have been trying to knock down 5 cents since 12.5. I wrote it down because I was like, I want to know how long this round takes me. So I'm at like 90 because it goes like where it's like gives you like 50-cent credit, 50-cent credit, and then it's like 3 cents credit, 2 cents credit, 1 cent credit, and then it's like now to like where
Mm-hmm.
it's like a half a cent and you're not even making like
Mm-hmm.
anything off of it. It's ridiculous,
I
but
can't.
I'm stuck. I'm
I
committed. So
don't even feel bad for you because you know what you're doing. It's not
I know
like
I'm a dumbass.
you're being duped. You know exactly what you're doing. You
No.
know. But I had to stop playing those app games. Like I enjoy like the casino apps. Like My Vegas or the MGM app because you can actually earn
Hmm.
real rewards in Vegas
Yeah.
by just playing these games. But the way that it works is when you get like a brand new profile or you download the app, you're like winning all this, like you're just
Yeah.
winning, you're getting bonuses, and then after you've been on for like a little while, then you start not winning so much, and it stops
Yeah.
being as fun because but then you're just like, no, I got to get this like 50% off a buffet at the Win.
And
It's like
I'm never
fuck.
gonna go to Vegas for that shit either. And I'm like, what are we doing?
At that point, I'm just gonna pay the $79.99 to go in and get my unlimited snow crabs. Okay, I'm just gonna pay it and probably
You heard
play
that?
that goddamn game while I'm eating my snow crabs.
Amy's gonna go pay to get crabs, guys. You heard it first.
Well, you know what?
We are where we are, right?
Sometimes you gotta pay for the crabs. Oh, you
Especially to treat
always
them.
pay for crabs.
Yeah, that's gonna cost you for sure.
Yep, it's gonna
Absolutely.
cost you something. Do you want to jump into one of these topics? Where do you want to go first?
I'm indignant. Yeah, let's go.
You're
You know me. I love a good
do you
rant.
need me to send you some money?
No, I don't need this you can have this for free. In America and maybe that one listener in the UK, you can also have this for free. And that one was in Australia that one time. I am so sick of them redoing our childhood. So they're remaking The Land Before Time. I saw that on Facebook the other day. If you haven't seen A Land Before Time, that was like my first, I think, foray as a child into like, oh shit, my parents are gonna die one day.
Yeah. Well,
And
was it that or was it Bambi?
I don't think it
Is
resonated
that?
with me because I think I was so young the first time that I saw Bambi. But that was like the
Mm-hmm.
first movie cartoon as a kid that really just kind of like made me profoundly sad because it
Yeah.
was like
It
this,
is a very sad movie.
yeah. And so they're redoing The Land Before Time, and I'm like, for one, it's animation has come a long fucking way, but it's like very
Yeah.
cartoon esque drawings, and I'm just like, why? Like, we don't need it. Like, you have, for one, there's 652 Land Before Time sequels. Okay, it doesn't need
Mm-hmm.
to be redone. And I'm so sick of like everything. Is Hollywood are you guys truly out of fucking ideas? Because if you need an idea, I volunteer as tribute. Like, just chronicle this shit show. Just saying.
Well, I'm looking at something that says that Disney and Pixar are not remaking The Land Before Time.
Then Facebook must have lied to me. And this is
Fucking
just a preemptive
Facebook.
rant. I'm gonna Google it.
Maybe. Fact check.
Um,
No Land Before Time remake isn't in the works from Disney and Pixar for 2025. But
Good.
it looks very like, it looks like something you would see on PBS Kids. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing let's see. Let me share. There we go.
You sharing your screen?
Yeah. You see that little dude right there? It seems like it looks very Pixar-ish, but it says
Mm-hmm.
no Land Before Time remake.
I'm seeing that too. I think this whole screen share thing, it's gonna open up new avenues for us, Betty.
I so
No.
I'm done with it because one, if you're gonna remake it, make it better.
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, but the Disney movies that came out when we were young, and I'm talking like the first one I remember being like a really big deal was The Little Mermaid. And then
Yes.
Beauty and the Beast, and and then
The Lion King,
Aladdin,
all of that.
Lion
Yeah.
King. And thank you. I I don't have a problem with live action remakes, but it's like you guys don't have any original ideas anymore.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
how many
I guess the
Cinderella
argument
remakes do we fucking need?
and I guess the argument could be made that, like, they're all based off books anyways. So, but it's like you guys could come up with, like, it's like 10 Things I Hate About You is an iteration of a Shakespeare play. Like, you guys
There's
couldn't
so many of
create
those.
some
Yeah.
new manifestation of it, even the same as, like, I Can't Buy Me Love, for instance, you know? You can't get
Mhm.
something new in there, like, we had a Can't Buy Me Love. I think we had just another He's All That, which is another iteration of a Shakespeare play, but
She's
it's, like, the
yeah.
same fucking thing. No, there was a He's All That on Netflix with a guy where it was instead of the nerdy girl, it was the nerdy guy.
That's what I mean. It's just like and but the ones that they're remaking, they're not remaking them well. I'm
Yeah.
okay with like a reimagining, like the way that like Baz Luhrmann does his movies, like with Romeo and Juliet and The Great Gatsby. Those were iconic movies.
Yeah.
I have an issue with A Knight's Tale because I can't get for that particular movie. I just couldn't get on board with a bunch of medieval jousters and princes and princesses dancing around a great hall to Golden Years by David Bowie. I just and sitting in the wooden stands with their ragtag, peasant clothes doing "We Will
Yeah.
Rock You." I don't
Yeah.
fucking buy that. But
No,
you
that's
put because
bullshit.
of the setting, because it was in that setting. But Romeo and Juliet was a modern
Mhm.
interpretation, so I'm okay with more modern music. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, Land Before Time,
Yeah.
I loved it. It was like super sad, but also really, really gratifying because it had such a happy ending. Um, but we don't need a remake. We don't need most of these remakes because, quite
No.
frankly, they and the Lion King one, that one was fucking creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Like
live
their
action one
mouths
was
moved.
creepy.
It was too realistic. Did you ever see Team America?
No.
Oh fuck, you would love that fucking movie. It is so disgusting and dirty. Oh my god, you would love that movie for
That's
the
my
puppet
jam.
sex alone.
Um,
You should watch it. It's so funny. But they
I might.
actually could but you know that they made like marionettes. Like they're like string puppets. And
Yeah.
when they originally did that movie, the puppets and the computer generation, like the editing was so good that the puppets looked real. And it was
Mhm.
very like disconcerting and off-putting for people. They're just like, that's creepy. I don't want to watch that for 2 hours. So they had to dumb it down. Like they had
Yeah.
to make sure that they were like, just
That they were
they
visibly
looked like
marionettes.
puppets. Yeah, and like that
Yeah.
there were strings visible. You had to know that it was a joke. And
Mhm.
so either do it so bad that we can have a laugh making up fun of how bad it is, or make it better than the original.
That's
That's
what
just
I'm
my opinion
saying.
about it. Yeah.
Because, like, I don't think, I'll probably get hate on this and probably get called racist, but I don't think the remake of Little Mermaid was as good as the cartoon. Like, I think
Really?
Melissa
I haven't
McCarthy
seen it yet.
killed. We just watched it like a month or two ago. The girl that they
Mhm.
cast as Ariel, a fantastic singer. Her acting kind of leaves a
Haley
little bit
Berry.
something. She leaves a something, a little bit something to be desired. But
Okay.
it was just they kind of went in a little bit more into like her mom and like the sisters and all of that stuff. So I kind of did like that, but it did leave a lot. And maybe it's because I was comparing it to like my childhood and I honestly haven't watched The Little Mermaid since Rylan was like a little one. But I just it wasn't my cup of tea. Like I did enjoy Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson. I did enjoy when they remade that one. I did not
Yeah.
like the live action of The Lion King, like you said. It was creepy and then it was just kind of I don't want to watch like a National Geographic
No, no. If I'm gonna watch that, I
musical.
want some old British man narrating while
Hmm.
a wildebeest gets attacked by a zebra.
Yeah, I don't want to
That's what I
watch that
want.
and then know what really happens and then them sing Hakuna Matata. Like, no hate
No,
to Seth
that's not
Rogen or anything.
realistic.
Yeah, no.
Oh, was Seth Rogen in it?
Hmm.
I don't
He was
remember that.
Pumbaa.
Was he Pumbaa?
Hmm. He
Who
sure
was
sure was.
Timon? Was it
Oh,
Nathan
I
Lane?
don't
Because that's the
know.
only person that could have
That
played that.
should be.
Because
That should be.
I'm just a hoe for Nathan Lane. I love him so much.
As we all are, I think,
Yeah, you have to be Nathan Lane,
Okay,
man.
so let's go through the cast of people because and it seems like it was more recent than 2019, but according to good
It
old
seems like
Google.
it wasn't as recent as 2019. I feel like that was done a long time ago. But COVID,
Um,
that was only a year, but it
yeah,
literally took like 2 years off of our lives.
you are correct. Billy Eichner was Timon. I'll allow that one. I love Billy Eichner. I
I
think he's
like Billy Eichner.
hilarious. Have you watched Billy on the Street?
Oh my god, I love that show.
It's the
It's
shit.
so funny. It's
Oh my
so
gosh.
funny.
Because that is his character in Parks and Rec. He plays a man named Craig.
Okay.
And he's like, I suffer from a condition called caring too much. And also I have eczema. And he's like, and you better be nice to my best friend Donna. Like he just calls it's great. He is wonderful. So yeah.
That's funny. Well, speaking of remakes, they're remaking The Color Purple. But
Uh
they're not remaking The Color Purple. So The Color Purple was a movie that was based on a book, and then
mhm.
Oprah Winfrey did a Broadway musical rendition starring Fantasia Barrino. And now
Mhm.
they are making a movie of they're making a movie of the musical. I'm here
Okay.
for that. You know,
I'm here too.
I love musical theater. That is my fucking jam. I am so excited about the cast. Taraji P Henson is one of my favorite actresses. I think Fantasia is in it.
Fantasia's
It's
in
just
it. Haley
I'm
Berry
excited.
from The Little Mermaid is in it.
Okay,
Danielle Brooks
okay.
from Orange is the New Black, she is in it. And like you
Oh,
said,
that's
Fantasia
right. She
Taraji B.
plays
Henson.
TC.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Sierra is in it. So I mean, as far as it's gonna be great musically, especially. Like I loved the Oprah version from the 80s. Like I just rewatched it, gosh,
Oh yeah.
recently when they put it on Netflix. But I also decided to read the book as well. And the
Did you
book,
like it?
if oh, I loved it. Like it was really it's not
Mm-hmm.
like the movie, but it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you still got
Mm-hmm.
like cookie dough in your mustache. Not that one. That one. That's the
Wash your
Johnson's
face,
tone.
fool. Wash your
We've been
face,
making
Mr.
cookies
Grinch.
for like days and days and days. So like all the cookies are lined up next to me on the dining table. It's all chocolate chip in there before you go manhandling all of them. He's looking for a cookie
What
with
are you
lots
like,
of chocolate chips in
picking them
there.
up and smelling them and
He's like
licking them and
moving them over and shit.
my boss
So,
at work makes homemade cookies, but she makes the sugar cookies with like the royal
no,
icing and
don't
like
get.
the intricate designs and everything. They're absolutely beautiful.
think it's because you're from Amy's son.
Hi, Micah.
I can't. Well, by the time they would get to Amie, they would be all wrecked, buddy. Yeah,
Where she lives?
she lives in Arizona.
Oh,
Oh, you need to shower because you did not put deodorant on today, my bestie.
did
What's
Did you
happening in your
just?
house?
He just dropped or accidentally knocked over an open can of evaporated milk that I had sitting on a container, and there's salsa and it's on the floor. Wait, and
So not much.
if you didn't want me to make any more fudge, you should have just said, "Mom, don't make any more fudge," not
Stop making
throwing the
fudge.
evaporated milk on the floor. Yes, my
Did you know
love.
you
Can I
can
help
make
you?
fudge with Velveeta?
some mom.
With Velveeta? What kind of
Yeah.
blasphemy is that?
My friend Lonnie used to do it. It's actually really good.
I mean, that Carlos O'Kelly also has been in there for like a month now.
So
No.
I loved the Oprah Winfrey version in the 80s too. It's one of my like if it's on I'll watch it.
Oh yeah.
And I can like quote all of like especially Oprah Winfrey's lines because she has some money, and then that I forget the name of Sweet or something was her name. Tweet. I don't forget. She was Harpo's little side piece when he was. She goes. Harpo, who this woman? Who this
Squeak.
woman?
Squeak.
Squeak. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Squeak.
Squeak.
Like I like Squeak because she
Yeah.
kind of became like into her own at the end when they all did, you know, because there's safety and courage in numbers. But like at the end when Whoopi Goldberg has got the knife to Mister's neck and she's like, "Did I ever ask you for anything? Did I ever ask you for anything?" She's like, "Not even your sorry ass hand in marriage." I'm like, you fucking tell him.
Yeah.
I love
But
that
I mean,
movie.
I think people forget that like Whoopi hasn't always been somebody on The View. She was an actor.
Yeah,
first,
and a stand-up comedian. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's
got a long catalog of movies.
And what's funny is like those were when she was doing The Color Purple, like not long after, that was the days when she was dating Ted Danson of all people. You know,
Ted
and I
Danson.
always forget until I see him. Because like I haven't seen him because he's, he's older now. Ted Danson from Cheers, and he was in. Did you ever watch The Good Place?
No, I was just gonna say Ted Danson from Cheers, and if you're a little younger than us, also from The Good Place,
yeah,
or the Three Men and a Baby franchise movies.
Classic Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, they're so good.
The last thing I saw Steve Guttenberg in was Veronica Mars. He was in Veronica Mars. He was in Veronica Mars. He played like a councilman or something. He was like he was committing sexual assault against boys and orchestrated like a bus to blow up to kill off the witnesses. Very scandalous.
Was Veronica Mars that like that adult, that grown up?
Yes,
I thought it was some like Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of shit.
No, it's very dark.
Oh wow, I never knew that.
It starts off with Amanda Seyfried's character is killed off, and it's Veronica Mars's best friend. And Veronica was dating Amanda Seyfried's brother's character, and then they broke up. And then like Harry Hamlin and Lisa Rinna were like her parents. And not her parents. They were her boyfriend's parents. And it turns out that like she was sleeping with Harry Hamlin, and he killed her because she was going to tell people. Like it's dark. Ooh. It's not like a like here's this teenage detective. It's like very like there's a little bit of everything.
That sounds like Euphoria without the glitter eyeshadow.
Now there's some glitter eyeshadow. It was the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of glitter, body glitter, hair glitter.
Yeah, that's kind of how we did our thing back then. I had glitter. I remember I had
roll-on glitter.
Yeah, I had shimmery lotion that was like a bronzer. I always put that on the girls because those were back in the day my best feature. Now they're like your shoes.
They've given up all hope.
Yeah. So I'm excited for The Color Purple. I knew you would be too. I did not know that it was the musical version. So that's kind of exciting. So I'm going to look up the next so we can talk about the asshole that's Justin Timberlake. I'm going to look up so I can play that video. Okay. I just got to fuck with it real quick. Hopefully it'll work. I don't know if it'll work if I have more than one screen, but we'll see. Justin Timberlake.
It will, because it was when I shared the Sarah Ferguson or the Land Before Time one with you, it gave me a list of different windows that were open that I could choose from.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I'm trying to find it on TikTok. Is this going to be... I guess I just go to TikTok on my browser. Whoop. My fucking fat fingers are just hitting all kinds of buttons. TikTok. Oh, cool. Nah. My internet goes so fast. Yay. So did the kids, when did they leave? Today or yesterday?
Yesterday. Oh, I found it.
Okay. I'm trying to find it too. It's just my shit's going super slow. Because why the fuck would my internet go quickly?
Justin Timberlake surprise live concert at Fontainebleau, Las Vegas.
Okay, hold
seemingly
on.
addresses Britney Spears' memoir with new performance disclaimer. Fucking asshole.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna try to share it when it's time. So yeah, Justin Timberlake, he was in Vegas and he was about to sing Cry Me the River, and he did this bullshit. I have such fucking an issue with him now with just being a fucking dick. No, that's not what I wanted.
It's almost like he's leaning into it. You know?
Yeah, he wants the
Like
bullshit.
he's like, well, you all know everything now, so I guess I can be my true and authentic self now. So fuck all
Yeah, now
y'all
I can
and fuck
now I
Britney
can be a
too.
dick. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. So I'm gonna pull up the video and I'm gonna see because I just put it in a different window. But I'm on this shit-tacular fucking bullshit ass Chrome book. So hold on. Can you see that?
No.
What the fuck were you? Oh, hold on.
Do you want me to find it?
Nope, I got it. Here we go.
Okay.
I just got to go back over to the different window. Now can you... Oh, of course you're not going to go, you son of a bitch. There we go.
Bitch.
Hold on. But do you see how he did that?
I can't see anything.
Okay. Can you share yours and see if it'll go for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, I'm going to get a better computer.
No, not just in time. Theme song.
Why not? What is just in time? That was an 80s show or a 90s show, right?
I don't know. It was a cartoon.
Oh, then I'm probably thinking of some like My Two Dads-esque. So yeah, Justin Timberlake was in Vegas and he decided to preempt Cry Me a River. If you guys don't know, he released Cry Me a River after Britney Spears cheated on him, which we've all read Britney's memoir by now, and we know that cheating meant she just kissed a guy. Well, Justin was hitting several backup dancers, groupies, anybody that he could. So Amy's going to share that with us here in a sec.
All right, let me get over here and share screen. There we go. No disrespect. But ain't we all just entertainers?
It was on TikTok, like a little snippet of it.
So yeah, that was a real dick move.
Yeah, I thought it was such an asshole way to do it. Was just like, because he kind of was like, ooh, no disrespect, but his body language when you're watching the TikTok video, like
that's a total
like,
fuck you.
Yeah, it was a fuck you.
All the disrespect I can muster up. And it's just like, oh, little poor Disney kid. People know something bad about you now, and now you're going to throw a hissy fit about it because somebody wrote a book and you didn't like it.
Yeah, and you got exposed for like what a cheating fucking piece of shit you are, basically. But that's the whole thing.
Wouldn't it be funny if
made his career off of her downward spiral? He made his career, and I mean, our generation, we were primed for that to happen. We were primed for them to go south, explode, and we were like, oh, she's so stupid. Well, now hindsight, naive 19, 20-year-old me should have known now that I know how most men of that caliber are, because we see it in the news time and time again. He was not faithful. There's no fucking way.
Girl, why didn't you tell us? Why did you wait till now to tell us? We would have not been talking shit this whole time.
Oh, we would have talked shit. We would have said, okay, Britney. Okay. Look at how slutty you look. Of course you didn't just kiss a guy. You were out there hoeing around. Look at how you dress. Okay. So I think she couldn't,
but
until we were in our 40s, she couldn't have gotten away with it.
I think it would be so funny if like Jessica Biel's at home and like she's just like she's hearing everything and she just downloads the audiobook and like, you know, she's just hanging out with Silas one day and she's listening to it and he gets home and she's like, did you really fucking do this? Did you really fucking do this?
Come on now. he's cheating on her. I think I had read something because like Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel, they dated and then they broke up and then they got back together. Then they got married. But I want to say
Mhm.
back in the day, I read something that she broke up with him because of him being unfaithful. So she knows. She's not
Well,
unaware, you know?
shame on her for taking him back.
Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of like what we were talking about. Like, I think as women, we can forgive. I'm not gonna, but
But I
we can
can.
forgive, or like a lot of women will forgive the sex aspect of it. Like, Rylan, like the McDonald's Rylan works at, girl,
The
it's
McGangbang.
the McGangbang. Speaking of sexual acts, but there's so much. Do you remember how much drama we had working at Spirit Girl?
Oh
Like, I think I
God,
know
every
it's
day.
just like restaurant, but this is like half of their like lower management is like teens and 20 somethings. And then it's
Mhm.
like mid 20s. Like there's one woman that allegedly was sleeping with like one of the, so they were over here, like one of the kids was, and he was like, yeah, she's like, I remember was just laughing about because she used to bang my dad. And I was like, she what? Like she'd cheat on her husband with my dad. And
Excuse
I was like,
me.
this kid's like 20. And I was like, how fucking old is this girl? And they're like 38. And I was like, okay, for like her to be fucking your dad,
Okay.
like that makes some sense. I was a little, but then like Rye will come home and tell me like there's one that no longer works there that like was telling them how her husband was like cheating on them, and she like stopped going to work, and it was like the same girl. Like it's just like, and then they're like dating each other, and it's that because you know when you're in a rush like food service, like everybody dates everybody or has a crush on everybody and shit like that. Like this McDonald's
Mhm.
is just, it's messy and I love every minute of it. I will pick her up and she'd be like, I have a whole gallon of tea for you. And I'm like, give it to mama. Give it to mama. Mama wants to live it. Love it.
You should just
So
like
yeah.
go and order a McFlurry and just sit in the lobby and just eat
Yeah.
it and just
What
watch.
her two coworkers that come over here on the reg now, which apparently Rylan invited them for Christmas, so they're coming over here Christmas Day, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like the more the merrier, you know.
You gotta put on a bra.
Yeah, yeah. Thought I was getting rid of the real family. Was gonna let the girls hang free, but now I gotta. Which I
Merry
told them, I was like,
Christmas, Rye.
if you guys are coming over, I need a 15-minute warning because I gotta put a tit sling on. Okay.
Mhm.
But so they were coming over, and she's like, yeah, my mom loves the tea, and I was like, I love all of it. And I was like, from
Mhm.
now on, when I go through that drive-through window, I'm gonna be like,
Write me some notes. Send me a
I see you.
text.
I know all about you. I know what you be doing. I know who you be doing. Okay. So yeah, I
I
just
know
think
what
it's
goes
so
on in
funny.
that walk-in cooler.
Apparently, according to Roland today, the handle for the walk-in freezer broke, so they had to like Jimmy a Jimmy a screwdriver in it to get so that way nobody got stuck in the walk-in freezer.
This is McDonald's we're talking about. This is not this is not Arby's, okay?
Yeah.
This is McDonald's, the biggest fast food chain in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And their walk-in cooler in Derby, Kansas has
It's
a
broken. Yeah.
screwdriver is all that's
Just
keeping
today.
their employees from
Safe. Being
certain death.
frozen. Yeah. That's today. But there's
From
also like all
suffocation
the time.
or hypothermia.
Their like McCafe machine goes down, like all of their shit goes down all the time, and I'm like, what kind of hoopty fucking shit are you? Supposedly there's shit on like the bathroom ceiling in the men's bathroom, but like the one boy that comes over here is like, I only go in there to get high, so I don't look at the ceiling.
That's bullshit. He knows he's sitting there. Hold on. Let me get this reenactment.
Yeah, you gotta get the prop.
Yeah,
So
it's
he
exactly what
says
he's doing. Ain't got
he
nothing.
goes in the stall and he stands next to the toilet. He's like, but I'm not going to touch it because we know that it's disgusting. He was like, and you know, and then I'll flush with my foot to make sense of why I'm in there. And I'm just glad that like I was like, I don't give a shit about like weed. And I was like, if you guys are getting messed up, then we're gonna have problems. But if you guys it's
That's
just
an
fucking
issue.
weed, we're not gonna have a problem. And everything because they're talking about it, and then they realize, oh shit, there's parents like standing right because they're 16, 19-year-old kids, right? They're like, oh shit. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And because I guess somebody
Mhm.
got fired or written up because he left his pipe in the office. And weed is not
Hmm.
legal here. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that fucking amateur, you can leave that shit in your car.
You can't
You don't
leave. You
go
can't bring
fucking
that
toke
shit
it up.
in.
There's
First of
not a
all,
door on
it
that
it will
office for
smell.
one.
Okay, that for mistake 1.
Yeah.
Mistake 2, that shit smells. I don't care
Yeah.
how much Japanese cherry blossom you spray on yourself in the car. You smell like Japanese cherry blossom flavored weed. That's what you
Skunk
smell
weed, yeah.
like.
And you know it's
Yeah,
skunk weed because
and
these are young kids. They can afford the good
because
shit.
it's Derby.
Yeah. Facts.
But
Fucking
well, I
facts.
don't know. You guys are right by Oklahoma. You guys probably got some good shit coming in. But you're right. They are young kids, so
No, because I
they
know the
probably
one
don't have
time
the
I
hookup.
smoked with my brother up
Uh-huh.
here, it was like some skunk weed bullshit. It was
Mm-hmm.
very just stinky, pungent weed, and was not
But I mean, that
anything
can be
quality.
good.
No, it wasn't. It took like an hour
Oh,
and a
okay.
half for this shit to even like really kick in. And then
Oh,
it
that's a
wore off
creeper.
after
That
like
sucks.
it wore off after like 20 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
no,
It's somebody's
happening in
somebody's
my house.
growing in their bathtub or something.
Well, good for
I'm just
them.
kidding. Yeah.
Power to the people.
But what were we
Legalize
talking
it, and people won't break the law. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you're not fucking wrong. So, all right. So now we have 3 things
Well, cry
left.
me a
We
river,
are
Justin Timberlake. We
Yeah,
we
fuck
felt
you,
every
Justin.
ounce of that disrespect that you obviously meant. So
You did because
continue
we all
on
saw
your
your
little
body language. And you know those bitches that were
yeah.
like,
Well,
no
you can get back
disrespect.
up on your huffy bike and throw your little hissy fit, but this was your opportunity to acknowledge, apologize, and make some changes to yourself. But you obviously don't want to do that because, you're Justin Timberlake. Why should you?
I
So,
mean, he
yeah.
apologized when the Me Too movement came in, but he'd originally only apologized to Janet and his
Mhm.
part in with the bullshit until she said, okay, like what about Britney? And I mean, I just hate that
Mhm.
because his music doesn't suck. Like I like his music, but it
Yeah.
makes me like his music less because I am now that I'm 40 and I'm no longer young 20 dum dum. Like he built
Mhm.
his music literally on the back of women that he's wronged, you
Yeah.
know. But I mean the same
I
argument
have
could be made for Taylor Swift. She's built her empire on the
That's
backs of
true.
men that have broken up with her, you know.
That's true. And she does say, if you don't want me to write songs about you doing terrible things, then don't do terrible
Don't do them.
things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you did the
But
terrible thing too, Justin. I
yeah,
mean,
I mean
your
that's the
terrible
whole
thing was
thing.
worse. Your terrible thing was worse. And apparently, you continued to do terrible things after the first terrible, awful that you did.
Yeah, because I think that's what bothers me the most is that Taylor Swift is transparent about, yeah, I'm gonna write a
Mm
song about you. I use my real life experience. Justin wanted to play this like wholesome, like, oh no, like
hmm. Mm hmm.
I was a victim of pulling on
Yeah.
Janet's top and then all of a sudden there's her nipple with a pasty on it, you know?
Mm
He played
hmm.
the victim in all of this, where Taylor is like, yeah, dear John, I was too young.
Yeah. Mm hmm.
I think we all
John
knew here that I
Mayer.
don't want to get sued because he's Sue Happy, so we're gonna take that name out. But
Oh, he can
he's
sue me.
taking
He
her,
ain't getting a dime.
yeah, he's gonna
I
get
don't
like
have a dime to rub together.
a crisp high five, you know. But yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
that's my whole thing is like she was 19 years old, and he was, gosh, was he in his late 20s, early 30s?
I think he was 29, 30. Which
And
I
there's
mean, I
something
guess
I
it.
think
I
to
mean, 19's
they're
legal, but
two
is it
consenting
ethical?
adults. It's
Yeah.
not, and I think that's I think the older I get, the more I'm more, because like I was telling Rylan today, I think these two kids that come over, I think like each other, and he's
Mm-hmm.
19 and she's 16, and I was like, if you think about it in like the grand scheme of like he's a senior in high school, he's 17 and she's a sophomore. That's not as
Mm-hmm.
something you're gonna, but it's like when you get that out in that real world, and I think now that I'm a mom and I'm an adult, because I know for me, like
Mm-hmm.
we talked about it before, where we thought we were hot shit dating older dudes. We're like,
Oh
hell
yeah.
yeah,
I only
I'm
dated older
so
guys.
mature.
If you
Facts, I
weren't a
did not
senior,
date.
I wasn't seeing you. Yeah.
Oh, if
So,
you were not old enough to buy beer, I was not seeing you in high school.
oh, Well,
Yeah.
once I got to be a senior, then I started dating the college guys, lying about
Oh
my
no.
age because actually the guys that I hooked up with, when I was like in my teenage years, most of them were pretty like aware. They were like, "You're 18, right?" I'm like, "Yeah,
No.
yeah."
No.
In
I
about 2 years.
which like I was like 16, 17 thinking I was hot shit because I was like talking
Mm-hmm.
to and making out with like a 27-year-old.
Yeah.
And he was very hesitant. I will say caveat, he was very hesitant at first when he
Yeah.
found our 10-year age difference. But at the same time, now that I'm 41, I am like, you should have like told my drunk little girl ass go away. Like,
Mm-hmm. Go
not
home.
giving me your phone number, not come to see
Don't you have some
me.
homework to do? Yeah.
Yeah, like something,
But he wanted to
you
get it
could have.
in.
Oh, he didn't because this was like back when I was still just like I was like the makeout
You were just a
bandit where I was.
CT.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You weren't seeing the juicy plums on my titty chest and you were only making out with me. You
You're
weren't
just
touching
like,
under my clothes,
it's like,
nothing. Getting all your hopes up, buddy. A lot of dry humping going on, but that was about it. Yep.
there was something about a good high school makeout session.
Yeah.
It's like it was almost better than sex.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Because you didn't know what you
I
were
don't know.
missing too, doing all that. You
That's
didn't know what you
true.
were missing. Because that's the whole thing. Once you found out you're missing, like that's when like makeout stopped and you started it was like full steam ahead. And
Mm-hmm.
especially because I did not lose my virginity till I was like out of high school. I was literally like straight up just like
Well, pin a rose on your nose.
no, because I definitely made up for it post that. Like I was a hoe for show. But yeah, like
Hey, man,
literally.
you know what?
Do you
You gotta find
remember?
something to do in Irving, Texas.
Yeah, there was
Might
I
as well
was
have,
okay, so
might as well have illicit,
yeah,
anonymous,
yeah,
unprotected
yeah,
sex with
yeah.
in the back of the Judge Bean's bathroom. I mean, wait, what?
No, that was you.
No,
That was you. That
oh,
was
that was
definitely you.
me.
Yeah. Mine was more like I was okay, so because you had roommates and stuff, I lived by myself, so I would just bring like I made the mistake one time. Do you remember Have a Steak Cafe in the West End?
Yeah, I
So I
do.
met a guy there and I like got his number. We were leaving because it was a bachelorette party. We left. I got his number and I called him. He came over like at 3 in the morning. And let me tell you, that was my first experience of, oh, that is what you look like with the lights on. And this
Ooh.
poor guy, like the minute he walked in my door, I was like, oh, and I was not about that life. And then he took his shoes off and he had weird, like slouchy gray socks on. I will never forget this. That man hung until like 4 in the morning trying to any kind of, I did not like, he couldn't kiss me, nothing. And I was like, are you going to be here like all night? Cause I'm real tired. And
You
he
gonna
ended up
go soon?
leaving. He had to drive from Arlington to Carrollton. I was like, no. He drove from
Jesus.
Carrollton to Arlington. And I was like, no. And he drove home. And I was like, yeah, I hope he doesn't call again because this was back in the days of caller ID, so I would have had to watch for his call to be like, "No, she's
Oh
not
man,
calling."
I miss those days.
Of caller ID or just
Yeah.
yeah.
Where you didn't turn in your homework and they would call right around dinner
Mhm.
time and you could see who it was and be like, oh, wrong number, click, delete.
Oh, that was the best thing about living here when I was in high school was that if you were 5 or more minutes late to class, you were counted absent. So,
Ah.
9 times out of 10, if my dad did happen to catch the message and the caller on caller ID because we, for some reason, weren't home to erase erase the caller ID or erase the message. We were like, "Oh, I was taking a shit and I was late to class."
No, I was there. My teacher
Yeah.
just doesn't like me.
Yeah, no, I was taking a shit, dad, sorry. I have hard enough times pooping as it is. My dad be like, "I don't care."
Need
Until
some
my brother
fiber, Dad.
doesn't graduate his high school, his first year, senior year, because he skipped so much class.
That almost happened to me.
Yeah. I ended
Yeah,
up go ahead.
go ahead. Well,
No.
my family went to Europe. Like the last when it was like the last 6 weeks of school, and my family, my whole family, my mom, my stepdad, my uncle, my aunt, my grandmother, my younger sisters didn't go because they were too young, but everybody went to Europe and left me home. And I still
Oh,
maintain to
that's
this
fucked
day.
up.
Yeah, well, I wasn't upset about it. I mean, I guess in hindsight, I probably should have been, but at the same time, I also understood why I wasn't going, because I was, about to graduate from high school and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't wait 6 weeks so that I can go with
Yeah.
you on like an
Yeah.
epic, European tour for
I mean, what
graduation.
about
But,
can I get a graduation gift? Like that would be the greatest
right.
graduation gift would be a European
Yeah, well, I
vacation.
did get a car. I got a car for graduation, so I wasn't upset
Okay.
about that. But the
Okay.
stipulation was that I had to graduate high school. So, but yeah, I still maintain to this day there was nobody there. I was 17 years old. There was nobody there to make me go to school.
So you didn't go?
I cannot be held responsible. I went to work. I went to
Yeah.
work, because I
The
worked at
only
Chili's. And go ahead.
which Chili's did you work at?
The one on Airport Freeway in Central in Bedford.
Okay, because I worked at the one on Beltline in 183 in high
Mm-hmm.
school as a hostess.
I don't
So,
think it's there anymore, but
oh yeah,
yeah, I worked there, and they were willing, once I turned 18, they were willing to let me work as much as I wanted. And I figured out that if I
yeah,
work a lot, I make more money. So
yeah.
I stopped going to
And
school.
knowing what I know about you then makes sense for
Mm-hmm.
you to have that mentality versus, yeah, let me prioritize school because, my family is so fucking supportive, right?
Yeah, because this is going to work out well for me.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, so I figured out very early that going to school was not as important to me as going to
yeah,
work. So that's when I started skipping class, and then I started skipping half days, and then before you knew it, I just wasn't going. And then
yeah,
come down to like the last couple of weeks of school, they're just like, well, you haven't gone to school enough days for us to be able to let you graduate. So here are your options. And there's not enough time left in the year for you to make
yeah,
up the time like on Saturday, for Saturday D hall or whatever. So every day for the last 2 weeks of school, I had to go into my assistant principal's office and just do admin work, like stuff
yeah, to make up
envelopes,
the time.
deliver memos, just make up the time. And then I'll never forget it. I'm not friends with her anymore, but my mom was at graduation, and my friend Pam was there, and she was sitting behind my mom. And when I graduated, they stood up and they made a big noise. And my mom turns around and she goes, Pam, Amie almost didn't graduate. And Pam
Oh
goes,
my
but she
God,
did.
Leslie. Yeah.
But she did. And I was
Oh,
just like, you just
Leslie.
had to just I wasn't even
Dig, dig,
there, and you're
dig.
trying to
Yeah.
turn that knife. Whatever. I
Yeah.
did graduate, and I was like third from the bottom because I did not give a fuck
Hey,
about my
but
grades.
you were in the pool. I was in top like 20% of my class, but that's beside the point. Um, the only time I graduated high or skipped school was when I lived here during my junior year in high school because we decided my mom had married my stepdad, who was a terrible human being, over the summer, and my brother and I basically he had moved to Texas for the summer because we just basically it was like a fucking free for all. And they went out of town one weekend, like Labor Day weekend, and we decided we were gonna run away and come up here and live with my dad. So I went to school here for like 3 months. And that was the only time I ever skipped school was here because it was so easy because my brother was doing it. Nice. I didn't like a couple of my classes, and then I ended up going home for going back to my mom's for like Thanksgiving, and I drove her car and I wrecked her car. Like the brakes went out because my stepdad cut the brakes,
Oh no!
and the brakes. So she made me drop out of school so I could pay for the repairs. And I
Oh fuck!
finally, because she didn't know insurance was going to cover it. And it took about 3-4 weeks to find out insurance was going to cover it. Well, they had moved from Irving to Grand Prairie, and GP, they do trimesters instead of semesters. And thank God they did because
Mhm.
that was the only way that I was able to get caught up from the semester being up here and graduate on time because I mean, I was already had like a semester on my belt for the most part. But if that hadn't
Mhm.
happened, like it's hindsight's 2020, but I honestly cuz my brother did not finish his senior year because he's 1 year older than me because he was skipping so much school. And then they have an
Mhm.
alternative school here, and he would have been done by November and skipped so much alternative school that he ended up not graduating at all my senior year. And he eventually he has his GED now because it was court ordered. That's the only reason he
Okay.
has a GED is because he was court ordered. And I realize now, like, thank God, like, I fucked up. Like, I just shit had. That's my, like, you know how I am with, like, my faith. Like, everything happens for, like, a reason. If I had not gone to Grand Prairie, I would not have met Kelly, whose sister was married to Kevin. I would not have met Kevin. I wouldn't have my kids. So it's like that whole trajectory. And I'm like, but I just look back sometimes and I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, you could have
Yeah.
sucked it up and you could have gone to, like, you could have gone to English and Spanish even if you didn't like the and we had block schedule. Did you guys have block schedule at Trinity? Where you
Yeah,
like
we
did
had a
yeah,
block schedule and trimesters, yeah.
yeah.
It
So
was bullshit.
I didn't go to like 2 classes on one day and then I didn't go to one class on another day. So I was legit skipping school all the time. Like every single day I was
Mhm.
skipping school. And I was just one of those that I think now that I'm an adult and I've done therapy and all that stuff, I'm like, obviously, like I was going through some shit. It wasn't just me being a teen asshole because there's a
Mhm.
reason. I liked school. Like I'm not smart anymore, but I was, and I liked learning and everything. And clearly I know now, like I was clearly feeling something. And that's why I was not
Mhm.
going to school because even if I never liked a teacher, like I'm not going to not go to class. So, but yeah, this was like the only place I should have gone to college and I could have done more, but then I had to be in debt. And so it's one of those that's
But then
like
you'd be
everything could
some
have
some
happened.
big shot, and then we wouldn't be doing this podcast because you'd be off
Yeah, I'd
somewhere
be.
being a big shot.
Well, we'll be a big shot one day. Well, hopefully this will pick up. We'll get 10 listeners. You never know. I
You
might
never
make
know.
$2
Boys
off my
Pats could
mom's
come
listener.
calling. Simply Lemonade could come calling.
Hey, Truly, how are y'all? I love
Hey.
Truly, like the lemonades. Have you had these?
No, I haven't had the black can. I like the mango flavored Trulies, but honestly, every other seltzer water that I've tried, it just doesn't hit. I just don't like it.
So
The
this
Bud
is
Light
like their
hard sodas are
lemonade.
good.
I like
Okay.
Truly wild. It's like the wild berry. I like that and just like the regular, but these are like lemonades. So this one was a watermelon lemonade. They have a strawberry lemonade. They have a mango and they have a pineapple. They're pretty good. I
Oh,
like those.
okay.
If you toss a little bit of extra vodka in it too,
You got
chef's
to.
kiss, buddy. Yeah.
The Simply Lemonade, they've got this one, they've got the peach, they have strawberry, regular, which is just lemon, and then I think
Mm-hmm.
they have blueberry and maybe
Oh, that
mango. They've
sounds
got like
good.
a 12 pack, like variety pack that I'm hoping Santa Claus will bring me for Christmas. So,
Maybe I'll have
but
to try that
yeah, it's
because they're
good. I
big
just get them
cans.
single. Yeah, they're big cans. These are,
What's
well,
your
how much are
alcohol
these?
percentage?
This is 5%.
So is this
And
one. So this
they're
is like
24-ounce cans.
yeah, let's see, this is a 12-ounce can. And I like these because, as you get older, some things give you heartburn, some things give you a hangover.
Yeah.
And this is like the only thing that I can drink like 4 and get a buzz, and then I'm not hungover the next day. So it
Mm-hmm.
makes me kind of a cheap date on one end. So I kind of like it.
I'm such a cheap date when it comes to drinking now. Like, I'll be buzzed, I'll be tipsy from this.
If
Whereas
I
it
have
used to
one
take
more,
me couple
I'll be
beers, couple
buzzed.
shots.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember the last time I had oh no, I had a mimosa on Sunday, or like a pineapple mimosa, but I think before that,
Oh.
I want to see. Yeah, it's been since like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving since I've had any alcohol besides Sunday having a mimosa. That just shows how
Mm-hmm.
boring I am now that I don't drink a whole lot.
We used to be so fun. You kids just don't
Yeah,
know. We used to be so fun.
you guys don't even know. You don't even know. Now I'd rather
Get a
just
little
eat
bit of
my feelings
alcohol
than
in
drink my
us.
feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all
Well,
don't
I mean,
even. We be shaking that ass. Come on,
yep, ass in the air, shaking it like we just don't care.
hands down, heads down, ass up. That's the way we
That's
like to
right.
fuck.
Doing
So,
doing keg stands and Jaeger shots
oh
and
yes,
ugh,
no, I'm not a Jaeger girl. I've had
me
Jaeger
neither.
one time. My brother's girlfriend made me do like a Jaeger bomb with her. It tastes like licorice.
Ugh.
I'm not a fan. I was
That's
like, no, I'm
exactly what
not
it tastes
about that
like.
Jaeger. Not about Jaeger.
Mm-mm.
I was like a good Red Bull and vodka kind of girl.
Oh, yeah.
Beer. I love Dos Equis still. I'm still to the point of like my not smoking era because it's been like a year since I've smoked. That if I do drink beer, like I instantly want a cigarette. Like there's just that correlation between the two. If you give me a beer, I'm gonna want a
Yeah.
cigarette. And so
Yeah.
I've been kind of and like with these I don't, which is kind of nice. So
That is nice. Well, where can we find you on social media?
Mama underscore Missy 82 at TikTok, Miss Carter 820 on Instagram, and go check out our Manifesto Drama Podcast Instagram. And we're on YouTube. Everybody go watch our YouTubes. We like a good even number. So we've been having 13 views a video. I'd like to get to 14 because I don't like odd numbers. So go check us out. What about you?
I am Mean Mommy Life on YouTube, Mary Mother 420 on Instagram, and OG Mary Mother 420 on TikTok.
OG.
OG.
Well, it was good talking to you. I hope you have a good rest of your week, friend.
You too. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you next week
Bye.
for show.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.